Mikey, congratulations on signing your deal with Matchroom Boxing. It's official now. You'll be fighting Jessie Vargas on February 29 in Texas. Talk to us about this new career-changing and life-changing decision that you're making.
Well, it was, I think, the right move, the right fight, the right time at this stage. You know, we had been in conversations with Matchroom and with the Zone for over a year now, a year and a half. But it had never gotten to the point where it made sense for both, myself and them. And now it did. We came up with a fight that makes sense. The opponent makes sense for me, and the negotiation went pretty smoothly. It was very quick. A few texts, few emails, and one or two visits. You know, and that's it. You know, one face-to-face. I said, you know, this is what it's gonna take, and the answer. Like that, you know, the next day they're like, hey, done deal. All right, cool.
It's a different position that you've had from before, where, you know, with Top Rank you were tied down, 2 years you were inactive. How does it feel to kind of have this freedom as a free agent and kind of field offers from all over the place?
It's great because I can leverage, I can position myself without sharing any information. Like I don't put the pit people against each other to bid to see who comes with the better purse. I don't do that. I think that's a little bit unprofessional. I know it does work sometimes where an agent comes to a network or two networks or three networks with a specific fighter and tells the guys, you know, who can pay the most. And it works. But the way I do it, since I represent myself, I sit at the tables directly. You know, I don't want to do that. I don't want to tell them, I got an offer from this guy for this much. Can you do better? I just don't feel like that's professional. I just listen, and if it makes sense, then I'll, you know, continue the conversation a little more, dig a little deeper, and work something out. But for this time, it made sense. You know, we started talking, and then when I finally said, you know, to Eddie and the guys, you know, this is what I need. If you guys want to work, this is what it is. But I still want to keep, like I said, keep my freedom. So even though we did sign to Matchroom, I really see it, and we discussed it earlier. It's more of a partnership. It really is a partnership. It's not like I'm signed long-term. It's a one-fight deal.
Right.
It's one fight where at the end, I told him, we have to word a few words. We have to change a few wording. Once the fight is over, we both have to have flexibility and a few options, and we can compare and discuss possible future fights together. But I'm not tied down. I'm not, you know, tied down long-term either by years or fights. Mm-hmm. So like I said, even though yes, I signed to Matchroom, but it's a one-fight deal, so it's more of a partnership. We made it clear. I know the media sometimes gets things out of order, but like I said, it's a partnership that I really did.
Right, and you're still with Al Heyman, correct?
Well, I've never really been with Al. I've worked with Al. We've done a lot to work with Al. In fact, we still have conversations. We just talked yesterday about other fighters that I have on their cards, and so we're still working there. I don't have like I said, I don't have anything negative to say about anybody, and I didn't leave anything, you know, behind, like on bad terms. Mm-hmm. You know, we have a good relationship with PBC and Heyman, and you know, he asked if he offered a lot of things too, but you know, for this time I wanted to explore a little something different that made sense, and this is it. Absolutely.
And you know, they've come with an opponent, Jessie Vargas, who you know, is going to allow you to continue your career at 147. Please tell us why you decided to stay at 147, considering the Errol Spence fight.
Well, like I said, my last performance was not the best, and that truly left a very bad taste. I feel that there's a lot more that people can see, and I want to show them I can do much more. That night was just not my night, and that left like that little, like we say, una espina, you know, a little bad taste that I want to repair. I want to make up for that. And we looked at different opponents. They kept mentioning Jessie Vargas as a good opponent. They see the qualities. They see the challenge. You know, 2-division champion. Only 2 losses to Manny and Bradley. I mean, you know, Hall of Famers and a living legend with Manny. And so that's a good fight. I like the fight. I actually had asked to look into the 140 division as well, but the names were not quite available. And I said, you know what, if I'm gonna really do something at 47, this is a good fight to show that I do have more in me than what they saw in my last fight.
So you're looking at this as a way to correct yourself and make a name as a welterweight, yet at the same time open to more fights at 140 in the future?
Exactly. It's my return fight, but I also don't want just any, level C or whatever fighter. There was a few names that I completely said no. I'm not getting in the ring with that guy. It's gonna look embarrassing. It's gonna be bad if I do that. Give me somebody else.
Would you be open to sharing who those fighters were?
No, I'd rather not. I don't want to be disrespectful. Like I said, I like to be professional about things. I do not need to give names, but it was fights that I think media would like to carry it, but I know some of my fans wouldn't want to see me in the ring.
After making your pay-per-view debut, do you feel against a fighter like Errol Spence and being a main eventer throughout the last few years, do you feel like you have to also have a certain level of standard when it comes by way of opponents?
That's not something that I looked into or that I feel like I have to, like I'm obligated. I feel like I'm obligated not because of the last fight pay-per-view show. I feel like I'm obligated because I am a 4-division world champion and I'm after legacy. I'm after big fights. That's why I need to be choosing certain fights, certain opponents. My dad was telling me, just take that guy, it's easy, knock that guy out, make some money. I'm like, no, I'm not about that. I don't fucking want to take that. My brother's like, Dad, yeah. He doesn't want to take that fight. He'll make good money and easy fight. Get the fight. Come on, mijo, agarra la pelea. No, I'm not going to take that one. I need somebody else. I want something better. Like I said, I owe it to my fans. I owe it to my fans that have supported me, that pay to watch me get in the ring against good opponents. I can't just do it for the money, like quick money. Hey, grab this cash against an easy opponent. I'm not about that.
And you prove that further by taking on Spence. Losing the O. A lot of people are afraid to do that. What have you learned from your loss over the last few months?
I was flying back the next day in my friend's plane. He asked me, hey, so how do you feel? What do you plan on doing next? Right away, I had, ideas like, I got to do this, I got to do that. I'm focusing on this and that. My mind was not on the loss. My mind is just on keep going forward, how to, learn and move forward and then grow. So I had big ideas, big plans. Not necessarily all related to boxing. I had ideas just outside of boxing, different business adventures and projects that I have going. So my friend, he's a very big inspirational guy, and he says, dude, so the loss doesn't do anything to him. I'm like, no, it's just part of boxing. It's just, okay, you lost the fight, so what? You fought, the best guy with the division, moving up 2 divisions. Why am I gonna be sad crying for it? No, leave that in the past, let's keep moving forward. If I keep dwelling on the past, then I'll be all depressed, and that's not who I am. I'm moving forward in positive direction. I know it's gonna help me, in the future, and fast forward to now, I'm fucking excited with all this. I'm really excited. Things have been going so well. Great news after great news for the last few weeks. I've been on a high, just hitting everything that I wanted, and so I tell my nephew and my family, like, dude, fuck, this is fucking bad. Like, I can't believe how a loss for some, it's a bad thing, but the way I took that loss is like it's almost as if nothing ever happened. Like, I keep going, and I'm doing very well.
You celebrated your 32nd birthday. We're about to have the new year. What's one fighter by the way of an opponent you'd like to have as a Christmas wish list in 2020 after Jessie Vargas?
Look, there have been a lot of conversations and a lot of buzz going around about a potential Manny Pacquiao fight, honestly. That fight had been brought up years ago as a, maybe in the future. And now it started to really pick up a lot of steam. But I knew he had some obligations in the government, the Philippines government, I wanted to get a return fight. I don't know if he'll still be available or not, but I think 2020 might, be ready for both of us to get in the ring.
The second half of 2020
maybe
is
the second half of 2020. Maybe he gets something else in before that, and by then I'm ready and we can get back in the ring. I also didn't want to just wait and still not guarantee that fight, right? I need to get back in the ring. So that's why we got this fight, which, it's no pushover. Jessie's experienced and champion, and it's not an easy fight. But if I look forward to bigger fights, then the biggest fight there would be a Manny Pacquiao fight.
What kind of a challenge do you think he presents? Obviously, you're both promoted by Top Rank. At what time did you always feel like you had to fight with him in the future?
Are you talking about Jessie or Manny? Because we were both
with Manny, yes.
With Manny. Look, when we were both at Top Rank, they did bring up the topic of possibly getting in the ring with Manny, and I loved it. But it never really happened. Then I had the break and, you know, all that litigation, so that put all those plans to, you know, to the side. But now that we're back in it, we started to really maybe think about how we can one day get to Manny. The idea was for me to fight Spence, win that, land Manny next. Didn't go my way, so maybe I have to take another fight or two before that. But if that's still if that option's still available in the near future, I'm definitely going to take that fight.
A lot of people have said that they're going to be the one that stops the living legend. They're the one that's going to retire Manny Pacquiao. Do you feel you're going to be that fighter if you have the opportunity?
You know, I don't know, because you never know how Manny's going to react. I mean, everybody counted him out after Marquez had knocked him out. And he comes back and becomes champion. Then he loses the fight, you know, not really losing, but against Horn, and everybody's like, maybe he didn't perform that well. Comes back, fights Broner, a couple of guys, Matisse, Broner. But then the performance he just had against Thurman, that impressed everybody. Like, the other performance were like, okay. But that one impressed everybody, impressed me. Normally he takes a few rounds, kind of warm up and get in the mood, on the groove of things. This time he started like that from the very first round, knocking him down, non-stop aggression, just like the old Manny that we, you know, knew. He really turned the clock back 10 years or more. So that you don't know how Manny's gonna come in. So I can't say I'm gonna retire him. I would never say that, because shit, I don't know. He might even become champion multiple times after that. You know, even if I beat him, he might still do something, or he might move up to 154 and beat some of the guys there. He's done it before. You know, you just never know.
Is with 147 again, that's where Manny is. But you know, size-wise, you guys kind of compare a lot better than perhaps Vargas, who's 5 inches taller than you, 3 inches longer.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to be the most? What are some answers you're trying to answer for your questions you're trying to answer for yourself at 147?
Look, I feel that there's a lot more that I can deliver that wasn't shown in my last fight. I know that for a fact. I think my fans also feel that I could have done more. I just wasn't able to. Whatever reason, I just couldn't. I was slow, I was sluggish, I was tired. It just, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong, and there was nothing else I can do. So I want to show them that I can be faster, I can be smarter, I can be stronger. And if I fight Manny, because we are in similar size, you know, he started smaller and he's not a big natural welterweight, like even Jesse's a big guy. You know, he was already moving up to 154 possibly. So I mean, you won't be able to see maybe all that I can do against a bigger man, because you won't see me hurt someone. Maybe you'd be like, whoa, he doesn't have power. Well, because I'm fighting a bigger guy. You know, Manny was moving up in weight class, but then he hit like a wall where he couldn't hurt the big guys anymore. So that's kind of like the difference, right? So if I fight Manny, maybe we're both smaller size. Maybe you see more knockdowns than when someone fights a bigger man. With Jesse, he's a bigger guy, so I don't know. I can't give any insight on what to expect. I don't know. I know it's gonna be a good fight. I know it's gonna be a great matchup. I know if I get this win, I would love to get in the ring with Manny. You know, that's kind of like the goals that I have.